Yeah. It's that time again. Finally, back in the flesh, talking sports again. Welcome to Championship Mode Media Sports Podcast. Finally got its own YouTube channel, so we're here now. The big hen is not in the studio, but I am here talking Lakers season recap. LeBron James wants to retire. Kyrie Irving's crying a little bit on Instagram. We're talking the good, the bad, the ugly, and the future, which might not look good, but we're going to figure it out. Shout out to the Lakers fans that are in the chat. Welcome to Championship Mode Media. This is a sports podcast. We talk sports, but I'm not going to lie. I would be lying if I did not want to talk my favorite teams. I would be lying to you, the viewer. So talk your trash down below. Tell me things I need to cover. NFL news, college football, we do it all. But today I'm diving deep. Lakers, bro. My favorite stuff, my favorite topics to talk about. And I'm telling you something, man. This little NBA joint almost never gets old. But before you do anything else, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe, to click the notification bell down below, because we're out here tonight doing the thing. We hope you Lakers fans stay in. Comment down below because I got a lot of stuff to get into. Let's jump into the intro. Come on. What an interesting year the Lakers just had. You got the LeBron James breaking the record, Anthony Davis being as thin as a popsicle stick as far as injuries are concerned. We had them tear it up. We had some horrible games we should have closed. So many different things and storylines. We had Rob Pelinka, aka Silent Rob, saving the season, doing the thing, bro, getting the role players, but then disappointed in the Western Conference Finals. We're breaking it all down, even into the off-season news. So strap up for Championship Mode Media Sports Podcast, because we're wrecking it all today for the chat. So thank you for being with us today. Couldn't go live, so I'm recording in the studio solo. I would rather interact with the chat, but we are here right now. Let's just get right into it. Lakers get into this 2023 season. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, unfortunately, Russell Westbrook. Wait
a minute.
I don't know.
Who are you?
I don't know either. Because not only did Russell Westbrook disappear, his jump shot has been disappeared for about 3 years. So we're on that, bro. Nothing but smoke for Russell Westbrook. Unfortunately, it just wasn't the right fit. It literally just wasn't the right fit for Russell Westbrook. I know he tried. He accepted a new role, and he was on that energy. And we're recapping the season, and I'm looking to myself, and I'm like, you can't be mad at the guy. As mad as we could have been, the Lakers fans, the fandom was upset damn near every other game. Wait
a minute.
Exactly what I'm saying. There is a lot of things that I'm thinking about Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Darvin Ham, rookie head coach, who had his best moments, had some terrible moments. This three-guard lineup foolishness continued to happen throughout the whole year. So as I recap that in saying this, let's be honest, Laker fans. We had a horrible free agency last year. Horrible. Rob Pelinka, and you could check the Championship Mode Media Twitter page. We were on that joint, bro. I wasn't playing with him. I wasn't playing with Genie. I'm telling you, bro, we were firing shots trying to get a trade made, because I don't know what they were doing during the offseason. I truly don't know what they were doing. So much foolishness, so much of that woo-woo, that we got like every short guard in the league. It seems like we had literally no size. Super reliant on Anthony Davis, super reliant on LeBron James, and we had roster issues from the jump. Bringing me into the season recap, I'm telling you, the undersized roster was a massive problem for the Lakers. And I know I saw it all year long. Lakers fans, why is Darvin Ham playing these three-guard lineups? And on top of that, there was absolutely no shooting. Toscano Anderson, horrible. Wenyen Gabriel?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Wenyen Gabriel trying his best, but come on, let's be real, Lakers fans. There wasn't the sauce. Wenyen wasn't the sauce for us. He had a few cool moments. Let's not lie. Try to sit here and act like he didn't have cool moments. But Wenyen Gabriel wasn't the sauce for us. He maybe for another team, but he wasn't for us. Too undersized. And LeBron James in his last year, 38th year of life, 20 plus years going on in the NBA. The undersized roster was a horrible problem for us. And there was this continuing discussion going on, like, how long is he going to last? What's going to happen? How are we going to get through this? And Darvin Ham's trying to play this dude at center. Like,
stupid. I'm not going to let you get the chance.
like, why? Like, why? But they're trying to play this undersized roster. So I don't blame Darvin Ham if we're thinking about it. And please comment down below. Do you blame Darvin Ham? Because I know a lot of people were mad at Darvin Ham for this type of small ball lineup. But he did come from the Milwaukee system. I don't know if he was trying to make his lineups work the way they made the lineups with Giannis and Milwaukee work. He was an assistant down there. LeBron just can't do that anymore. So you see undersized roster issues. Start off 2-10. Recapping this Lakers season, I'm looking and thinking, man, we're going to have a horrible year. Everybody and their mom was counting us out. It was a mess for us in the beginning of the year. But then you see little glimpses here and there, losing close games. This 2-10 start, LeBron playing weird to what I'm seeing is pretty good. Playing decent, but then recapping the season, Anthony Davis, dude. Getting injured, and then there's always this and that woo-woo, and there's more of that, and there's more of that. Anthony Davis continuing to get hurt left and freaking right, bro. Cats have to make me sit up in this chair, bro. Back injury. Foot injury. Load management at like 28 years old, which is, I guess it's a thing. Yeah, I guess it's a thing for the NBA fans. Load management, I guess that's a thing. It would work out, and it does work. We asked the Clippers about that one, bro.
Stupid. I'm not going to.
You asked the Clippers about that load management life. So we're doing that this year, and this is the first time as a Lakers fan I'm seeing this go down. Usually when a player is not playing, it's because he's hurt or tweaked or something. But they're actively load managing Anthony Davis, and the dude is still hurt. And it brings me to the issue when we're breaking down the Lakers recap of the season, 2023 season. And this is a problem that we all have with Anthony Davis. It's a continuing problem that the Lakers fandom has with Anthony Davis. If he's not hurt, he's inconsistent. And I don't want to hear it in the chat. Dudes are sitting there saying, well, he's one of the best players in the world. You're right, he's one of the best players in the world when he's actually in that mode. He gets into that mode. Okay, does he get out of bed in that mode? No, he doesn't. He doesn't get out of bed in that mode, bro. It was every time that the critics, that the this, that, and the third were saying Anthony Davis was washed, that he wasn't that guy, that you would see him pop off and just have these dominant games. Having these dominant games. And this is why the Lakers fandom has such a freaking problem with this dude at times. And then we're like, yes. And then we're like, no. And then we're like, this, that, and the third. And then we're like, no, pull out the snipers, bro. Because this guy, if he's not hurt, he's inconsistent. Let me tell you something. I'll be the first guy to say this. When Anthony Davis is on, he legitimately is the best player in the world. When he's on. Now I'm curious in the chat. You tell me, percentage-wise, of the time that Anthony Davis is on. Now we know when I say on, I mean this. We know Anthony Davis' defensive prowess is second to none. Anthony Davis's defensive prowess is second to none. But the problem is his offensive ceiling is so high. We expect so much out of him. We expect so much out of Anthony Davis that we sit here, and as I sit here as a Lakers fan, damn near my whole life, 27 years old, and we're used to the Shaqs of the world. We're used to the Kobe's. We're used to these guys, these dogs, these absolute dogs, just literally going all out for the cause. And then that makes me wonder, like, do you really want it? Because when he's not injured, he's dominating for 10 games, which he had that 10-game stretch. I think it was like 35 and 15. Anthony Davis, 35 and 15. And I'm just like, what more could you want? Don't trade this guy. This guy's untradeable. But again, what brought us there in this Anthony Davis saga, this up and down roller coaster? Well, at the time, cats were talking about trading Anthony Davis. LeBron gets hurt. People say, hey, punt the season away. Anthony Davis goes on this incredible run. Ran through DeAndre Ayton in Phoenix. I think Anthony Davis gave him 40 in that game. Anthony Davis gave 45 to Detroit. Anthony Davis gave 55 or 50. I can't remember. 50 or 45 to Washington. And you might not say, hey, these are not playoff teams. It doesn't matter because cats in the NBA can ball out. And that's my problem too, because there's a thing. And it's like they can ball out. If you're dropping 50 in the NBA, you ain't no punk.
Stupid. I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
I'm telling you something, bro. If you're drawing 50 in the NBA, you're no punk, which is my problem. Because we have this expectation for Anthony Davis. We see him where he is, and then LeBron comes back. Injury, LeBron comes back. What does Anthony Davis do? Like if he got sniped, he takes a back seat and he goes back down. Okay, let me bring my production down. And a lot of times you saw that. And if you've ever heard this type of, what's the saying? The flock follows the shepherd. If Anthony Davis and LeBron James are the best players on the Lakers, you consistently saw the Lakers playing down to their competition because you saw LeBron and AD, to a sense, taking breaks during the season, which I get to a sense from LeBron. Anthony Davis, my man.
Stupid. I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
You're 28 years old. You better stop that, bro. You cats are 28. You're 28 years old, 29 years old. You have no business taking freaking breaks. And you're saying, well, he's injury prone. Well, my man, you want to be that guy. If you want to be that guy, why are you trying to put yourself on 38-year-old LeBron James' same status as far as, hey, load management, this, that, and the third, that woo-woo? So as I recap the season, we see undersized roster, 2-10 start, Anthony Davis's injuries, and up and down season, period. And that's the thing. You see the dominance, and then you see like, okay, I'm gonna become a G League player for a little bit, for a game or two. Then we go into this thing. Now people start questioning his heart. The Lakers show great dominant stretches, and obviously Russell Westbrook is in all this. Like, we're like, where did Russell go? Hey, I'm telling you, bro, that MVP Russ, I think he left him in OKC. He had to have left this cat in OKC, bro. MVP Russ, he's left in OKC with his jumper, with everything that we saw from him in the past. And the reality of things is he's just not that guy anymore. It was a bad fit from the start. Silent Rob Pelinka, which we're going to get to in a minute, bro. Silent Rob Pelinka tried to make this new big three in LA with Russ, AD, LeBron. And at the end of the day, when we really get down to the nitty gritty, it was never going to work because teams now, they're pivoting away from that big three mentality. That big three mentality is turned into two solid, really good players and then tons of role players who can shoot the ball and who can defend the basketball. That's where the league is going. You can get mad at me. You can this, that, and the third in the comment section. I encourage that. But let's be real. As we recap this season, the league is pivoting. And this three-star lineup, it's not going to work anymore, especially with LeBron and Russ, two ball-dominant guards. It was terrible. It was really, really tough to watch, man. Super tough to watch, especially for Russ. Like, man, bro.
Who are you?
I'm telling you, with that Russ thing, bro, it was really one of them these years where you're just like, man, I can't believe this. But then shout out to the middle of the year, LeBron breaks the record. That was awesome. I guess that was pretty cool. I've never been much of a LeBron James fan, but he plays for the Lakers now, so you got to rock with your team. No matter who's on the roster, man. If I had to root for Carlos Boozer, we're going to root for freaking LeBron. Like, I'm telling you, Lakers fans, we've been through a lot. But saying that, you get LeBron James here and he breaks Kareem's record. I think that's cool. A Laker still holds the record. All-time leading scorer, this, that, and the third. I respect LeBron for that. You cannot say you don't respect this man for the work he's put in. Not only the work he's put in, but then there's a bigger discussion that says, hey, he didn't break this record just by chance. You know what I mean? And we're going to get into this thing. I think Kwame Brown called him out. It was hilarious. Shout out Kwame Brown. Like, we might not agree with everything he says, but let's be real. At the very least, when it came to LeBron's offensive bag, you could say whatever you want about that. It's not the most polished bag. It's not Kobe. It's not Mike. But the man stayed in the league long enough to score those points, so you got to give the man the respect. You can't give him the respect for breaking up good rosters, crying. We're going to get to that on many other streams and videos as Championship Mode Media Sports is back in the house. I'm telling you something, in this podcast right now on YouTube, take a chance. You're in the chat right now. You could potentially be talking trash. You could potentially be agreeing. Hey, many thumbs up. Click out of the chat and like the chat. Because when you do that, YouTube grabs the chat, the stream, and he shoots it to the moon. So there's something there for us when it comes to that. When I'm breaking down the Lakers season as we're at this like type of like intermission. LeBron breaks the record. Anthony Davis is sitting there. And this is why I'm telling you, Anthony Davis is very interesting. We're going to get into this. Like, there's a lot of rumors swirling around about Anthony Davis and LeBron James right now. About the Lakers, period. Like, I mean, shout out to the Nuggets, man. They did their thing. We're going to get to that. I'm telling you, though, there's very interesting things brewing up on the side of LeBron and Anthony Davis. We get to this point, this junction. LeBron breaks the record. We should be beating OKC, by the way. We're losing.
Stupid. I'm not going to let you get the chance.
I'm telling you, bro. We were there, and we're losing to these cats. And LeBron breaks the record. Anthony Davis is sitting down. The team is celebrating. Anthony Davis is sitting down. And you wonder why. You wonder why cats question your heart, dog. And Anthony Davis, a great basketball player. Like, I'm telling you, he could easily be the best basketball player in the world. And you could say bar none injuries, but there were even a few times this year when you're like, is he hurt? How did he get hurt? Are you serious? And that's why people like Stephen A. Smith were on some smoke because of that. Like,
Stupid.
Like,
I'm not going to let you get the chance.
did he get a concussion or not? Is he concussed? And people were talking crap about that. But that's why, AD, let's be real, as a Lakers fan, Lakers Nation in this chat, starting Championship Mode Media Sports again. You wonder why we question your heart, dog. We're not questioning your ability. Cat's got ability for days, bro. Anthony Davis has as much ability as you want in a freaking player as anybody in the league. Top 5 talent. All year long, we talk top 5 talent. Easy. But then this bigger discussion happens to say it's top 5 talent. Top 15, 20 effort? I don't know. Because then you see the heart. You see the LeBron breaking the record. You see all these things happening. And Anthony Davis just, it seems like he don't have that smoke in him. He seems like he doesn't have that fire to kick it into another gear. And there was plenty of times where throughout the year, Anthony Davis blew games for us. He's supposed to be that guy, though. And that's my problem. You're supposed to be that guy, but you can't hit clutch free throws. You're supposed to be that guy, but you score 45 on one night, and then you score 15 on another, 6 points on another. And I'm telling you, I speak Lakers fans, you might disagree. Some people might be cool with Anthony Davis doing really good on the defensive end and then scoring like 10 points on the other end. Some fans might be cool. Whatever. Maybe they're pump faking. I don't know. But they might be cool with Anthony Davis having a good defensive game and then fouling to get a 4-point play to give the Mavericks and then blowing a couple of defensive assignments to give up game-winning shots. But I'm telling you, you're a Laker now. This guy's not a Pelican anymore, bro. But sometimes you see this like mentality, like if he's on a lottery team, so I'm going to tear it up one night whenever I got my back against all the media's talking about me. But then I'm going to pivot, and then I'm going to look like the best player in the world. I'm going to look like the best player in the world. And then to me, I'm just like, yo, just be that guy every night. And then there was rumors Anthony Davis comes in the offseason. Overweight. Cats look overweight. LeBron looks frustrated with them. LeBron, the team, looks frustrated with them. He's supposed to be that guy, but he's hurt. And I don't want to say faking injuries, bro, but let's be real, man. A lot of Lakers fans have a lot of questions, and it's hard because we saw Kobe. I think he dislocated his finger one time. Got to pop back into place and win and finish the game. So we're on a high level. You want to be a Laker, dog. So we go through that. The record gets broken. Anthony Davis' heart keeps getting questioned, but he's having good games, having bad games. Good games, bad games. This silent Rob Pelinka
Stupid. I'm not gonna
comes up in here.
Free smoke, free smoke.
This silent Rob
Free
Pelinka.
smoke,
Y'all
free
better not.
smoke.
I gotta go delete that tweet, by the way. I gotta go delete that tweet because we were on that smoke. We were, yo, Rob Pelinka needs to get fired. Genie, what are you doing? I'm tweeting Genie. I'm tweeting the Lakers. I'm tweeting everybody. I'm just like, yo, y'all need to make this trade. If not, fire this dude. He should be on the chopping block. Why did y'all extend him? And then the trade deadline comes. Rob Pelinka goes and robs the Utah Jazz. Because throughout the whole year, as we're framing this discussion is happening of, hey, why don't you trade your 2 first-round picks for Miles Turner, for Buddy Hield? So then this discussion starts happening. Why isn't this happening? That feels like a no-brainer. You have a stacked team right off the bat. You have 2 defensive gurus, a shooter, LeBron, and then you have Russell Westbrook, which at the time that was a thing. But you ended up flipping Russell Westbrook, getting him out of town. Packaged him with 1 pick, and then Rob Pelinka went to start doing magic. D'Angelo Russell. Mo Bamba. Get rid of Patrick Beverly, too, because we had some crazy little foolishness with him. He was supposed to come in, shoot the basketball, and defend the other team's best player.
Stupid. I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Look how that worked. Then Patrick Beverly.
Wait a minute.
He was supposed to be that guy.
Who are you?
He was supposed to be that guy. Patrick Beverly tweeting, if the Lakers had me, we make a run. Oh, sure. Sure, guy. Makes all the sense in the world. As I'm thinking about this, just recapping this season and Lakers news in general, when I think about this fact that we had Patrick Beverly, I laugh. I laugh my freaking head off because I couldn't believe it. Now looking back on what we had, the guys we had, we were on something after the trade deadline. And then here's a late mention I keep on forgetting. Throughout this whole season, Austin Reeves is blooming and just becoming that dude, which I'll get to in a minute when we talk playoffs in a minute while we're recapping this season. Then Austin Reeves, freaking goon. I need to make Austin Reeves a sound effect, bro. I need to make Austin Reeves because I'm telling you, there was cats. Giannis was one of them cats, bro, where it was like,
That's assault, brother.
Austin Reeves was making this dude look crazy, and Giannis is a defensive player of the year talent every year. But Austin Reeves was shaking him. This young cat, young white boy shaking cats, bro, out here. So Austin Reeves was a revelation this season. Oh, he played himself into a bag. He's got a bag. He's got to have one. And the Lakers better give it to him. Because he is way better than Alex Caruso was when he was on our squad. Shout out Alex Caruso in I think he's in Chicago now. But let's be real. Austin Reeves is 10 times the player that he was. Higher ceiling. Saucy handles. Could shoot the basketball. Pass the basketball. Can defend at a mediocre level. Above average level. Average to above average level. So that's something for the Lakers fans. We're like, okay. He can kind of defend. He can pass. He's saucy. He can hit a couple open shots. And then you're like, okay, we're on to something. The trade deadline. Malik Beasley. Jared Vanderbilt. D'Angelo Russell. Mo Bamba. And now we got a squad. Now we got a squad to help LeBron, to help AD. Because I'm going to say this. AD, LeBron, and I went off on Anthony Davis and our potential frustrations. Because you know what? I'm saying this with the nuance, saying, hey, let's just say Anthony Davis was really, his foot was really hurting him. Maybe he did make a mistake coming off season. Let's give grace, right? Let's do both. Let's do balance. Once we got a squad, we started looking really good. I forgot about Rui. I forgot about Rui. Stop playing with me because that boy was on something too. Rui was on something too, bro. That thug life energy. Like, Rob Pelinka, man, I don't know what it is. Like, he has like something with Washington, but we come out on fire. I think we're 14 and 6 after the trade deadline. We're the best team in the league. So I'm telling you, when I say give Rob Pelinka his flowers, and you might be listening to this podcast in your car, we, Lakers Nation, needs to give Rob Pelinka his freaking flowers. Y'all got to give that cat his flowers, bro. Now I'm standing here in the studio, bro, thinking about these things, recapping things. I think Rui, I think D'Angelo Russell, he comes back again. D'Lo, I've always enjoyed D'Lo. He's a part of the trade package, but I always enjoyed him. I always said, oh, high hopes. He's got a little clutch in him, but he falls apart, dude. And as he's falling apart, if one of the main players who's supposed to be that third star, he falls apart, we fall apart because you got older LeBron James. Anthony Davis is inconsistent. We needed that third star, so we're here and we're diving into this. Then the playoffs come, so we kind of stumble into season, lose to Houston again. Another Anthony Davis, like, why didn't you play? That's an easy win. And this is why cats were there questioning this dude's heart. But whatever. We ended up making it to play-in. We go through, get into a fight, get into a dog fight literally with the Timberwolves. Shout out Cat. Cat was giving us that work for a minute. We end up making a strong push, beating them in OT, and then the playoffs start. And comment down below because I was one of these cats. I'm in the playoffs. We're in the playoffs. Playoffs! The freaking playoffs, bro. Against the Memphis Grizzlies with Ja Morant.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Dylan Brooks.
Wait a minute. Who are
And then you had all that smoke with Ja Morant. With all that smoke with Shannon Sharp. Y'all know what that is, bro. I gotta play this sound effect again, bro. I gotta play this sound effect. I'm good in the West. You talking them boys, bro. I'm good in the West. I gotta play more sound effects, bro, because that's literally was the smoke for Ja Morant. Great player. And I need to break down his little situation maybe on another day. Get the fans' perspective. I would like to get the fans' perspective when it comes to Ja Morant because I love him as a player. Fantastic. As I'm diving into this podcasting type vibe, I think about Ja Morant. And I'm like, dude, this guy is the face of the NBA. But they're in that smoke mentality, bro. They're in that mentality. And that became a problem for him. And it's unfortunate, but then we get into the smoke with the Lakers. He gets hurt. I'm telling you. Y'all were talking about he was hurt and the Lakers this, that, and the third. Hey, my man, the guy was hurt and he dropped 40 on us. 21 in the fourth quarter. Must have not been that hurt. He was hurt enough to smoke us in one of the fourth quarters. We barely staved him off. We get into this like deep playoff run. I'm telling you guys, we're going somewhere. As Lakers fans, we need to be them dudes that are like, hey, bro, we are going somewhere, bro. I don't care what anybody says. Lakers fandom is on to something, dude. Lakers fandom is going somewhere, bro. We're on to something, bro. There's literally something happening as far as Rui and then Austin Reeves. Yeah, I do smoke, bro. That guy's a smoke show, bro. Like, don't play with Austin Reeves. He's that guy, bro. And you saw it in game one. That I'm him, that's a real thing. That's a real thing right there. And like I said, Austin Reeves deserves a bag. Y'all need to give him a bag. Robin Genie better not fumble this one, bro. Y'all better not mess this one up, bro. Going after Kyrie Irving and one of these clowns, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Which we're going to get into. We got a freaking trade market. The rumors are insane this year about what's happening. If we get into the Western Conference, we run through the Grizzlies 4-2. We get into a dogfight a little with the Golden State Warriors, which then you see why players love why fans love and hate Anthony Davis. Because even though I went on my little soliloquy earlier about his up and down play, hey man, when he's on, he's on. And for some reason, it was like game 1, game 3, game 5, whatever. When that man is on, he's on. And he looks like the best player in the world. Grizzlies, game 1. I text my brother. I text the guys. I was like, yo, Anthony Davis is out here looking like he's the best player in the world. he did not disappoint. And then he had like game 2, obviously trash game. It's like, all right, whatever, right? But that's the thing. That's why Lakers fans are so like, Anthony Davis, love him, some hate him, some love-hate. A love-hate relationship at the moment, because we expect this type of, dude, we see the talent, but where's the freaking dominance at? And he's dominant, and then game 2, he's like disappeared. And he's dominant again, and then he freaking disappeared. And then he was one of these cats, bro. Like,
I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Free
he's one of them
smoke,
cats, bro.
Free smoke, free
And then
smoke.
we wonder why the Lakers fandom gets frustrated with him. But then it's like, dude, this guy's the best player in the freaking world, bro. Then we get into this smoke with the Golden State Warriors. And you know what? Honestly, I want to be honest with you. And maybe Lakers fans, hey, comment down below, because I'm very curious to hear this. I'm very curious to hear this. But this little notion of LeBron James, Steph Curry had this rivalry, and the Warriors were gonna, if they would have beat the Lakers, they were gonna go to the finals. Like, I was never. Please stop playing, bro. Please stop playing, because the Warriors were not gonna win anything. Even if they did beat us, they were not gonna go anywhere. And that's as evident as it took 50 points from Steph Curry in a game 7 at Sacramento to beat the Kings. When I saw that, I said the Lakers, we're going to get them in about 5 or 6 games. It's going to happen in about 5 or 6 games. That was literally the deal, because I see your best player had to score 50 points for you guys to even get into this round. While the Lakers, we were kind of building momentum. D'Lo, we had Austin Reeves closing games, Rui having a powerful game 1, LeBron having his moments in that first round. So as far as a Lakers fan, I'm looking at this perspective. I'm like, what the heck are we going to do next? Like, we are legit onto something. But then the Warriors were kind of in the smoke. So again, we steal game 1, quote unquote steal. Cats get mad about that. Like, I don't know why you guys were mad about that in the first place, saying that, oh my gosh, like Jordan Poole shouldn't have shot that shot. Let's be real, man. Like, the Lakers are going to win that series either way. Cats were not going to stop us. We were on something. We're a bad matchup for them. I saw that from the jump. Now, they like, this is where like the respect, the love, the hate continues with Anthony Davis, because we're like, dude, like, they literally, the Golden State Warriors had to game plan around him. That's how dominant he was in that round. In the defensive side of the ball, right? Then cats were like on this smoke, like, okay, like, what are we gonna do next? Anthony Davis, LeBron, this, that, and the third. And Austin Reeves did not really have a good round, man. That wasn't his best round. That was not his best round. Jared Vanderbilt too. Cats were kind of exposing. This is the thing about Jared Vanderbilt, and I would like, we can get to this, dude. Jared Vanderbilt, to a sense, played himself off the floor. If he's not knocking down that corner jumper, he's literally unplayable. It's sad, because his defense is so elite. Like, Lakers fan, we love Jared Vanderbilt. I love me some Jared Vanderbilt, but man, I hope that Darvin Ham told him to go practice that corner jumper. I am legit hoping that he catches a jumper this season, because he's one of those contracts, and I'm going to get into this when we talk about the roster breakdown. He's one of those contracts that, as far as me is concerned, y'all better take it, because it's a team-friendly deal. You get your best perimeter defender, go and guard the other team's best player, but it's hard, because if he's not on, he plays himself off the court. Like, if he's not knocking down that 3, he plays himself off the court. And that's kind of, the Warriors series is kind of like a little bit of both. He had a couple good games, and the Warriors started trying to figure out, okay, Jared Vanderbilt, if he's not knocking down that shot, then we can compress the floor. We can compress the floor and cut the lanes off of Anthony Davis hitting his little pocket jumper, his little pocket, little floater, and LeBron attacking downhill and kicking out and this, that, and the third. But the problem is, when you're kicking the ball to a man that doesn't have a consistent corner 3, then we have a problem. We continue to have this problem. So the Warriors kind of started to figure that out a little bit, but then the Lakers, we pushed through them, we gave them the business. Let's not forget too, man, like, the Warriors were the best one of the best home teams in the league, and then they were like super trash, dude, on the freaking road. They were super trash on the road. They were like Jekyll and Hyde, bro. The Warriors, Klay Thompson, these boys were on something. And we even get to the smoke, dude, that happened with their season. When Draymond Green and Jordan Poole having this type of conflict, that's whatever. That's their thing. We're going to have to figure that out. We're going to have to cover that another day. If Jordan Poole gets traded, which, chat, I'm telling you, we're going to get into that in a minute. Let me keep going. Let me keep going on this podcast, because I'm telling you something, Lakers fans. We're onto something. And I have all the hopes in the world. I'm like, yo, we beat Denver a couple of times during the regular season. Like, we had them. We've got something. Shout out to Lonnie Walker, by the way. Honorable mention, Lonnie Walker. Because he had one of them thug life moments in game 4 and literally pushed us past the Warriors. Like, shout out to Lonnie, bro. Lonnie was that guy for us. But I'm telling you, as we're going through this like season recap, and especially in the playoffs, I think we're starting to see this, Laker fans, when we need to really like think into this. I was starting to see LeBron James lose gas more and lose gas more and lose gas more. And it's like, oh man, the age is catching up to our best player. The age was literally catching up to LeBron on the fly. We were literally seeing it happen. The age was literally catching up to him on the fly. And you start to see him start to need to be carried more and more. And he would have great games. And then there was games where you're just like, man, please pitch in Anthony Davis. Which again, Lakers fans' problems. We get into the Western Conference Finals. And it really showed. This is where my angry tweets for LeBron came from. It's like, oh my God, stop shooting. Stop shooting freaking threes, bro. Stop shooting threes. And LeBron just literally shot us out of 3 of those games. Game 1, we take a push. Austin Reeves is he was poised to assassinate them on their own home floor and steal game 1. I'm there thinking, come back from 25 down. We're in the clutch. Austin Reeves is on something. He's smoking hot from 3. And LeBron, who struggled from 3, is like, hey, let me go try to win this game. Like, what? What, dude?
Who are you?
Why? And I'm sitting there, I told my wife, like, why is this dude shooting threes? He's been cold from 3 all game long. And that was the thing. We continue on this fad, bro. We blew game 1. LeBron kind of blew it for us. Dead leg threes. They just whatever. Game 2, we're up. I turned to my brother. I said, hey, bro, Lakers in 5, bro. I said Lakers in 5 because that's how well we were playing on the road. And if we would have taken, I'm super convinced about this because I know people are starting to say now, oh, they were just a better team. Maybe. Denver's probably going to win it all this year. Let's be honest. The Joker's looking at the best player in the world right now. Looking like the best player in the world. But let's be honest, man. Have we taken 1 or 2, which we were in both of those games? Lakers in 5, dog. Lakers and I will stand by Lakers in 5. I'm literally saying if we would have taken 1 or 2, Lakers in 5 because we had the momentum. But again, Jamal Murray, shout out Jamal Murray, shout out Yoke, shout out the Joker. Those guys are the real ones, and they're probably gonna win it all this year. Let's just be real. Michael Porter Jr., that guy's gonna get a bag. He's playing himself into a bag right now. And if Denver don't give him that bag, we better get in the market. We better get in the market for that cat because he can shoot the ball. He can shoot the basketball. But let's be real. The Lakers collapsed, bro. We collapsed, bro. Game 1, we had him on the ropes. Didn't execute. Game 2, beating him by about 10, 12 points. That evaporated. Lost game 2. Game 3, we were struggling, came out lethargic, no gas. Again, the age of LeBron catching up to him, and it doesn't help that Anthony Davis not helping out. Like, Anthony Davis on game 1 was like, dude, he was on something. I'm just like, yes, AD, let's freaking go. This is our guy. Then game 2 happens. And freaking game 3 happens. And then there's always this type of freaking smoke with Anthony Davis, and you're like, yes, and then you're like, no. Like, yo, you can't expect for LeBron to carry you. It's been 4 freaking years that LeBron's been trying to pass the best player torch of the Lakers to Anthony Davis. I don't know why you don't take it. Like, yo, comment down below. I'm really curious about this Anthony Davis dilemma. Why does he want to take him? Is he that guy? Is he just a number 2? It's hard to believe that he's just a number 2 because he looks like that guy. Like, he literally looks like that guy on a nightly basis, and you're like, dude, give him the title of best player for the Lakers. But let's be real. Come on, lethargic game 3 and then game 4, and this is again the smoke I have with Anthony Davis. LeBron, 31 in the first half. 30 freaking 1 points, and you're telling me Anthony Davis can't score 5 more points and take the game home? Like, yo, Lakers, this is why Lakers fans are not playing with this guy anymore, bro. This is why Lakers fans are so pissed at times with this freaking cat, bro. Because you see LeBron at times, he came to freaking play. Let's not lie. He came to play. And Anthony Davis is always going to defend. That's fine. But he's not just a defender. He's not just a defender. He is that best player on a championship team type of talent, and it's just sad because you're like, dude, Anthony Davis scored 5 more freaking points than you scored, and we win game 4. And game 3 got close, and let's be real, like I said, I was about to say DeJounte Murray. Freaking Murray is the real deal. Joker is the real deal, and they took that game for us. They took a couple. They out executed us at times. They outplayed LeBron and AD. That's just a fact. I'm sorry. Like, I love Laker fans. I'm a Laker fan. I'm with the culture. But let's be real, guys. We got freaking outplayed, dog. And the sad part about this is we get outplayed in our own freaking house, dude. We get outplayed in our own house when we're supposed to have the best center in the league. But they outplayed us. That's fine. We're out. We're out of the playoffs. We get swept, which is ridiculous. Lakers fans, I don't care what anybody says. This was a successful season from the standpoint of 2-10 to a Western Conference Finals. But man, we couldn't even get one game. And that's why I turned to Anthony Davis, because you are supposed to be that guy. Like, okay, Kwame Brown drama aside, LeBron didn't have the legs to take that shot anyways. That's why he got tied up, threw up a shot, got blocked. Like, Lakers fans, I'm telling you, let me know. Because in my opinion, Darvin Ham should have ran that set for Austin Reeves. Because Austin Reeves looks like he's that little guy, bro. He looks like he's their closer. And not to agree with Skip Bayless, that dude's a clown, bro. But Austin Reeves has that bulldog in him. He has that closer in him. LeBron and AD were struggling in the clutch. We struggled in the clutch all year long. And LeBron had made that. But let's be real. The difference between game 4 of the Denver series and then game 4 of the Memphis series, when LeBron actually clutched that layup, was LeBron had played 41 minutes, dude. So he damn near played the whole but like 5 or 6 seconds of that game. And y'all want him to take... Y'all think this 38-year-old man has legs to take the last shot? Like,
Stupid. I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Free smoke, free
like, you
smoke,
cats kidding me, bro?
Free smoke, ay.
Like, that's why I'm saying, like, AD apologies. Y'all gotta get on. Y'all gotta get on something, bro. Because that's just irrelevant. That's just... That topic, it shouldn't even compute in the mind that you want LeBron to close that game after playing 41 minutes on 38-year-old legs. And yes, Anthony Davis is defending at a high level, but it doesn't excuse the fact that his talent demands for him to close that game. But again, hats off to the Denver Nuggets. They're probably going to win it all this year unless Jimmy Buckets does something, which we're probably going to be very heavily looking at that game and that series. Stop this mess. Boston is not going to come back down from 3-0. There's not even a % chance. There's no way. And I could be wrong, but let's be real. I don't see that happening at all. So Lakers season, a success. Yes, from the standpoint of where we started. Darvin Ham, rookie head coach. You know, lineup problems, roster problems. And then Rob Pelinka kind of saves the day. LeBron and AD pull it together and we go on a deep playoff run. With that being said, though, from a Lakers fan's perspective, we're trying to compete for rings every year. Every single year, we're trying to pull something together. We're trying to be them people. We're trying to pull it to the playoffs. And I'm telling you this, yo, we get past Denver, we're winning it all. That's easy for me. We get past Denver, we literally win the whole thing, the whole shebang. There's no doubt in my mind we get that. Any team that's coming out of the East is either going to get a beat down from the teams in the West. I don't know. I just think Denver or LA, whoever came out of that series for sure was winning the finals. It's probably going to happen. Denver's probably going to run through them. Probably Denver in 5 games, bro. Maybe 6. But then we get to But then we get to this smoke, dude. Like, yo, Lakers fans, like, and this is why people get mad. This is why people get mad. This is why, like, I'm a Lakers fan. I love the Lakers. I'm a Kobe guy. A lot of us were Kobe guys. But let's be real. This right here is why Lakers fans get pissed with LeBron. This is why he'll never be that guy for us. Because we get into this close thing. And let's be real. LeBron he's kind of responsible for shooting us out of a couple of those games. So yes, we get the fact. I respect the fact that LeBron did his thing, right, throughout the playoffs. And I respect the 41, right, in an elimination game. Like, I respect the fact that 41 in an elimination game. Let's not lie. The guy's got talent. The guy's one of them top players in NBA history. But then we get into bull crap like this, and this is why Lakers fans get mad with this dude, bro. This is why, right here, Lakers fans are going to continue to get mad with this freaking cat, bro. Like, little dramas like this and strong arming the front office and playing little games like this is why the Lakers fans are always going to have some type of smoke with this dude. And players that do stupid stuff like this. Like, let me be real with you guys, man. We're not the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. The Lakers fans, I mean, the Lakers organization is not going to get strong-armed by LeBron. This is why I respect about Genie, because I wasn't on the Genie bus. Like, I was kind of like, yo, Genie, what are we doing? At the beginning of the year. But you got to respect Genie for holding her ground, not trading those 2 picks, and letting Rob Pelinka figure it out. Because had it been that, we would be out of both of those picks with maybe a subpar team, maybe this asset, but we would be very depleted in assets had they made that Miles Turner and Buddy Hield trade. But this is why Genie didn't want to do stupid stuff like that, like put all her chips on this dude right here. Because we respect LeBron for his game, but then he does dumb stuff like this. And obviously, right, we're literally here. Trade packages to land Lakers star LeBron James. To land Lakers a star and keep LeBron James out of retirement. So let me read this, and I quote. Let me read this article a little bit. Less than an hour after the Denver Nuggets secured their first NBA Finals appearance by sweeping the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James redirected the media's attention back to him with an introspective of somewhat cryptic post-game press conference. And this is, I quote, this is LeBron saying this, just personally. With me moving forward with the game of basketball, I just got a lot to think about, LeBron James told reporters. And in a very cryptic tone, like, why? And I say cryptic because we know that there's no way he's retiring. He wants to play with his son. We know that he's going to try to play with his son. Barring some type of serious injury, God forbid, to him, for his health, I doubt LeBron is going to not play with his son. Bleacher Report's Chris Haynes of ESPN and David Mettman later confirmed that LeBron was indeed alluding to retirement and that he had the internet stewing up over possible reasons for this message. Every move is calculated, and they go on and break this stuff down. But let's be real, man. You see LeBron, and David Mettman followed him out, and he was like, hey, should we pull on this string or not? He was like, yeah, just pull on it and whatnot. And there's kind of like this little thing. But it's all that, instead of just bowing out gracefully, letting the front office do their thing. Like, he played basketball. He did his thing. You can't blame us losing on LeBron, except for, like I said, he shot us out of a couple of those games with those bad threes. But you can't blame the Game 4 loss on him. He's 41 points. He couldn't close. He had dead legs. That's why. But instead of bowing out gracefully, cats go and start drama again by alluding to retirement and trying to hold the franchise in some type of hostage situation. And the reason why I say that is this. If it wasn't like this and people didn't know LeBron, why would the first thing Bleacher Report would write an article a day later and say trade packages to land Lakers a star and keep LeBron James out of retirement. Everybody knew what that was, dog. Everybody knew what that was. That was a shot at them saying, y'all better get me some more help to push me over the top or I'm going to retire. When you know that's not his intention. His intention is to play with his son. But you see articles like this and it's foolishness. So we did a recap of the season, and right after the season, first headline, I might retire. So he's doing the Aaron Rodgers thing right now. Cat's doing the Aaron Rodgers thing right now. The Brett Favre thing, I might retire. I might retire. Yes, no, maybe so. This, that, and the third. And it's just like, yo, we know you want to play with your son. So if you want to play with your son, why are you pump faking on us? Like, why are you pump faking on the Lakers fandom, the front office? Like, why don't we go into an offseason quietly retool, rebuild? Because next year he's got one more year with the Lakers left, which then that opens up a plethora of crazy rumors that are swirling right now for Lakers Nation. If you're still here, if you're watching the podcast or you're watching the clips of the podcast, I want you to comment down below. What do you think about LeBron James and this retirement thing? I am so curious to what the Lakers fandom is thinking regarding this quote-unquote threatening retirement, because that's kind of what it was. Yes, maybe, yes, no, maybe so, but yeah, LeBron and AD, are they breaking up? Is that the vibe now that he might retire? Because if that happens, then we're getting to the offseason, right? Offseason rumors. Now let's get into this discussion. Because you say it's not about trades. It's not about this, that, and the third. Let him retire. He might not want to play basketball anymore. Baloney. He did that to pivot these type of rumors and speculation and put pressure on Rob Pelinka to go make a move. Which I'll give you my opinion. I want to know your opinion down below. Should we go after a player? Should we go after a player knowing what happened last time when we had 3 stars and we were top heavy and didn't have depth? Because that's what happened with Phoenix. I immediately knew when Phoenix made the trade for Kevin Durant, I said they're not going anywhere. They don't have enough smoke. Them 3 guys of Chris Paul, Devin Booker, KD, they weren't going to go over the top because you need depth now. The NBA is pivoting back towards its original 1-2 punch game. That's what's happening. I mean, that's how we won in 2020. That's how we've had success. AD, LeBron, lots of good defenders / shooters around him. That's literally been the magic sauce to the Lakers and their success. And we talked about this as I was breaking down, doing the season recap, storylines and whatnot that happened this year. We come to a place where we're saying all LeBron and AD need are defenders and shooters around them. They don't need a 3rd star. But then retirement gets threatened and we're in the offseason now. And now the Lakers fandom has all the smoke in the world to say what on earth are we going to do now as far as roster's concerned. So let me break this down, man. Man, if you're still here, if you're just joining, if you're watching this, click the like down below. If you like Lakers content, if you like sports content, we're going to cover our favorite teams, but let's not act like there ain't a lot of crazy stuff going on in the sports world. In championship mode, media sports is going to tackle all these different topics as they come along. So let's not try to act like this is one of less and it's only Lakers content. I enjoy Lakers content because I'm a Lakers fan. That and I enjoy what non-Lakers fans have to say about our team. I want to know. Not to talk crap, not for hate, but I just truly want to know what the rest of the league and the fandoms are thinking about what the heck is going on in LA and what could potentially be going on. But shout out to As It Stands Lakers. Shout out to Dan the Lakers fan. Shout out to Alan Sleewall. These are all great Lakers channels that I follow and enjoy and have inspired these different discussions with the Lakers roster. So as we break it down, going into the offseason, I'm going to give you my Lakers roster keep and sweep for this coming season. We're going to run a simple keep and sweep for the Los Angeles Lakers roster. Simple keep and sweep. So we're gonna run a Lakers keep and sweep in the roster. Players we should keep. Players we should get the heck out of here, dude. I'm not gonna play with you cats, bro, anymore. Because let's be real, when I was breaking down the first part of this podcast, we broke down the fact that this roster was just not good at the beginning of the year. And again, that's due to this 3 stars, top heavy team, Russell Westbrook, $47 million or something like that a year. A max contract for a dude that's not even a max player anymore. Oh man, horrible. We're gonna break this down, man. And I'm gonna say we might have some like differing things, but tell me, who is the keep and sweep for your Lakers roster going forward? Who should we go after? Who should we keep? Obviously, we're talking about Austin Reeves, Rui. Those are the real ones. But you might be surprised at what I'm gonna say going into this keep and sweep of the roster. So Mo Bamba.
Wait a minute.
Mo Bamba.
Who are
Should we keep or sweep Mo Bamba? That is the question right now. Comment down below. I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to tell you why. That might freak cats out because Mo Bamba, that dude's gung-ho from 3. He's super inconsistent. He was hurt throughout the playoffs. But I'm thinking of this. The reason I say we should keep Mo Bamba going into this next season is because his contract could be a dealable asset for the Lakers going forward. Especially if there's rumors circling about LeBron James retiring, then we for sure need to make trades. We for sure need to make trades. And then there's rumors about the Golden State Warriors, and we're going to get into that in a minute. But if that is the case, extreme case, right? An extreme case for Lakers fans of LeBron James either retiring or the Warriors making a trade move on him. I don't know. Those are just rumors that they've been talking about. Then we for sure need to keep Mo Bamba. Not for his skill, but for his contract becoming a dealable asset. We need to keep Mo Bamba. Malik Beasley. Oh, man. Malik Beasley was one of them guys. So sad, but he's young. I think about that too. This is another reason why I might say, hey, we might want to keep some of these young players. Because when it comes to like someone like Malik Beasley, he's an ace from 3 at times. Super streaky. We caught the bad side of his streak. Couldn't space the floor because he's streaky. And that happens because cats will be there shooting 39%, 40% from 3, become a Laker, and they can't shoot the rock anymore. Cats can't hold that smoke anymore. And that Malik Beasley, unfortunately, was one of those guys. But he's another guy. I'm going to keep his contract. Because there's 2 things. You could keep it, use it as a tradable asset, or we could catch a hot streak from Malik Beasley and he could become a solid rotational piece for the Lakers going forward. Malik Beasley can be that guy. And this is why I'm just like, okay, I wasn't super hard on Malik Beasley. He's young. And this ain't the Utah Jazz, dog. Like, this ain't the Utah Jazz. Any cat can go and shoot and be a dog from 3 for one of these clown teams, bro. Utah Jazz, who's the other team you played with? Timberwolves. Like, yo, you can be that guy for the Timberwolves all day long, but can you be that guy for the purple and the gold? I will give him the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, keep his contract to become a dealable asset in the future, or to build up his value like we did with Lonnie Walker by keeping him around, letting him play out of his little funk that he's in. Troy Brown Jr., unfortunately, get rid of him. Sweep him. Troy Brown Jr. is one of them guys. He's got to be swept. Get him out of there. Even though he was a great rotational piece for us, defend, and he was getting some shooting in. His defense picked up during the playoffs too. I was very impressed by Troy Brown Jr. But regarding these things, I could be wrong too. I'm not going to lie. We might want to keep him too because his defensive prowess and upside is there. We might be able to keep him for cheap too. Might be able to keep Troy Brown Jr. for cheap. I'm going to say 50-50 on him, not because of his contract becoming a dealable asset, but because Lakers might just want to keep him as a rotational piece, defense, and shooting 3s. Because that's one thing that excites me about the Lakers, is that we might be able to reap the blessing of having the team together for a year, because Rob Pelinka and these dudes, and this is LeBron James teams just do this all the time. LeBron James their teams get flipped freaking year to year. And that's potentially a problem for all of us when it comes right down to it. and they try to flip these rosters every year. It's like, no, dude, keep the rosters for the most part together and move forward. So we might want to keep Troy Brown Jr. not for his dealable contract. I doubt there's going to be anybody that wants to keep his contract, that wants to trade for it in this next coming year. So I would re-sign him, and I would re-sign him as a solid rotational piece / shooter. Max Christie's another one. He's a project, but for some reason, you know, they're going to keep him. Team-friendly deal. They're not going to deal him. He has a lot of upside to him. Now, Anthony Davis, he's on contract for us, but there's this continuing vibe just going around the league that if LeBron James retires, you deal him immediately. I'm not going to lie. If you're hearing it from me first, keep or sweep, not on skill alone, right? Whatever. We know he has skill. We know Anthony Davis has skill. We know he's one of them talents, but if LeBron James retires, you trade Anthony Davis immediately. And I'm going to give you one of my dream scenarios if we have to rebuild on the fly that Rob Pelinka might dive into regarding reports that I've heard and guys that I've talked to and different Lakers fandoms that are kind of connected but not connected and allegedly this, that, and the freaking third. But let me get to this. Anthony Davis, you trade him immediately. I'm going to tell you where if. This is why the title to this thing, AD LeBron, are they going to continue? Is this over? Are the Lakers going to rebuild? We had a great year. So many questions happening, but they're all contingent. There's different scenarios playing out at the moment that us as Lakers fans and NBA fans who like to follow the Lakers, we really have to keep a close eye on this, especially with Anthony Davis, because I'm going to say this, his value is skyrocketed, even though we Lakers fans have this smoke for him. This smoke because he is very talented and he dominates at times, but then there's also that, he might not be the guy. We're going to get into that in a minute. Wenyen Gabriel, smoke him. He's got to be. Sweep him. Keep or sweep. Put it in the chat below. Wenyen, I'm sorry, brother. You had a couple great moments. Not great moments. You had a couple good moments. Well, you're sweat, brother. I would not keep Wenyen Gabriel. He's just, what is he? I thought he was a center when we originally signed him in last year's offseason. I was like, oh yeah, we got another center. Cool, a long, lanky center. No, he's not. He's like 6'7". Like, and he can't really shoot. He can shoot, but he can't. He can kind of defend, but he can't. He can kind of rebound, but he can't. Like, bro.
Stupid. I'm not going to let you get the chance.
Not for the Lakers, brother. You're going to have to go look. You're going to have to go wheel and deal on another squad, bro. Sorry, Wenyen. You got to go, my brother. We sweeping Wenyen. LeBron James, obviously you keep him. I keep him. That's if he don't retire. That's if, again, like the Golden State Warriors don't try to make a play on him, which everybody's talking about, but I'm not going to give validity to damn near anything until there's legitimate evidence that there could potentially be a LeBron James trade. Like, we know he wants to play with his son. He wants to be that guy, you know what I mean? So I would be like very hesitant. Scottie Pippen Jr., these are just whatever, right? Contracts. These dudes didn't even play this year. Austin Reeves, y'all better pay this man the bag, bro. Y'all better pay this man the bag. Y'all better give Austin Reeves that bag, bro. You guys better pay this man this summer. Any deal that comes along, you're going to want to put a matching offer for that. I do that immediately for Austin Reeves. He's a part of the young core. He's a future piece that could be there when LeBron and AD have passed on and moved to other teams or retirement. So Austin Reeves, that's an easy one. Shaquille Harrison, that's another guy that I would keep and use his contract as a potential. I would re-sign him as a potential, contract that we could flow along. If not, just cut him. But I don't really see that for him. I think more than likely Shaquille Harrison's going to get cut. That's just me, though. D'Angelo Russell, that's another guy. It's so funny because the guys we acquired in trade are guys that we're like, hey, re-sign them to potentially trade them to some other team. Which, again, if we get into the smoke, like we are about to do in the trade rumors, D'Angelo Russell is someone I am immediately saying, yo, re-sign this guy because we might need him as an asset. I'm very disappointed by D'Angelo Russell's play toward the end of the year, even though he had very good moments in the regular season and they didn't get to have a full off season. We get that. But let's be real, D'Lo. You do this to every team. Teams fall in and out of love with you like crazy. And I think the Lakers fandom is feeling that same smoke when it comes to D'Lo right now. D'Lo's one of those guys, bro. D'Lo is one of those guys, unfortunately, right? We would love to keep him. I mean, I'm whatever, right? But unfortunately, we're probably going to end up re-signing him in order to use his contract as a tradable asset. If not, they end up... See, this is why it works both ways for these tradable assets, because you keep the asset. If they play good, you rise their value. If they play good, obviously your team's obviously going to benefit from that. But if they play good or play bad or mediocre, you still get to deal their contract. Give them dealable contracts, which I think Rob Pelinka is going to lean into this offseason. I say you keep D'Lo because you have three layers of things that could potentially happen with his contract. I am one of those guys. Just keep him for now, but more than likely we're leaning toward the side of dealing his contract to someone who might want it for a future piece, right? Dennis Schroeder,
Wait a minute.
Wait, wrong sound effect because he was one of them guys for a little bit. Love-hate relationship with Dennis Schroeder as well. Darvin Ham seems to love this guy for some reason. Darvin Ham loves his point of attack defense, which now that I think about it, why would you love his point of attack defense? Like, Jamal Murray killed this guy, bro. And you could have said, well, he would have killed someone else more. Maybe. Dennis Schroeder's defense and his ability to hit open shots was impressive to me. But I just don't see it happening. I have a feeling someone's going to end up giving him the money that he wants. And he's already fumbled the bag once. So I see Dennis Schroeder getting bought by another team in the offseason. I don't see it unless maybe Darvin Ham makes a legitimate push. Say, hey, we need this guy. I want this point of attack defense point guard. Go and keep him. Because I will say this. Upside to Dennis Schroeder, besides him like pummeling the bag horribly, Dennis Schroeder is a decent defender, pretty good above average defender, and I was very surprised with his ability to hit open shots. So he was hitting open shots, so I respect him for that, but more than likely I feel like the team's gonna offer him more, and I feel like we're not gonna be able to kind of hang with that type of thing. This guy Cole, don't even know who the heck this is. Tristan Thompson was another one. I was like, wow, like game 4 he goes in there, he's actually playing pretty good. As far as the center's concerned, we don't have one, and then Darvin Ham don't like to play centers for some reason. Was another knock on him as a coach, like Darvin Ham struggling to play centers, and we're just like, dude, like what the heck is going on, dude? But Tristan Thompson ends up getting some burn in game 4. I respect him for that, but I just don't see the Lakers keeping him. He's a sweep, man. Sweep Tristan Thompson. If they keep him, though, I'm not gonna be mad. Jared Vanderbilt, automatic keep, bro. You got to keep this guy. Team friendly deal, great defender. With the caveat that you just tell him in the exit interviews, hey man, we want you to learn how to consistently knock down that corner jumper. Like, if Jared Vanderbilt can consistently knock down that corner jumper, we're going to be freaking on to something. Defend the other team's best player, then go and knock down this jumper. It's going to be a thing. Jared Vanderbilt, easy one. Keep him. Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Skywalker, dude. I absolutely love Lonnie throughout the whole year. Unfortunately, for some reason, Darvin Ham got smoked with him, and he was like, yeah, I'm not going to play you. Which is a funny thing. It's like, whatever. Like, shout out to Reggie from the locker room. Reggie said that he farted, bro. And Darvin Ham got pissed at him and never played him again. I think it's hilarious. But Lonnie ended up coming through for us in the clutch in the playoffs. So he's respect. I don't know. I've seen the team. I've seen the league do this to players. When players think that they're worth more than they are. Obviously, Dennis Schroeder's one of them guys. And they go and test the market. And the market's like, yeah, no, we don't want you. Go prove it. Go prove it to us another year. Go do a prove a deal, another one. And then the player ends up going back to the team, and the team ends up offering him another deal. But I feel like Lonnie played himself into some respect, so I feel like a team's going to pick him up. Yeah, I feel like Lonnie Walker's going to be one of the guys we're not going to be able to keep. So, yeah, sweep him. We're probably not going to be able to keep Lonnie Walker in this system, man. We want him. I love it, but I'm going to be honest with you. We need to re-up Rui. That's another one. I don't know if I said Rui. Easy one. Keep him. I don't know if we're going to, like, we're for sure Austin and Rui are the people that you want to re-sign them immediately. You're going to try to make that happen. So I don't see Someone like Lonnie Walker sticking around, he's gonna be odd man out because, like I said, you keep the Malik Beasleys, the Mo Bambas of the world, the D'Angelo Russells of the world, to either they prove it to us or you use them as an asset in a trade. We heard rumors of the Kyrie Irving trade and whatnot, but that's my keep and sweep for this coming off season. We're gonna have to see when free agency opens up. But then we get to more smoke, dude. We talked about this LeBron thing, dude. This trade rumors that like literally just a firestorm happened after LeBron kind of like, I might want to retire and all this stuff. Like, we know it's smoke, bro. Let's be real, dog. He's not gonna retire. But then this happens. So then rumors start hitting the fan. Now I'm gonna give you my top 3 trade scenarios from this Bleacher report, and then I'm gonna give you, well, this is the Bleacher Report's top trade scenarios, but then I'm gonna give you my top 2 scenarios. We have the scenario that we keep AD and LeBron, and then we have the scenario where LeBron James could potentially get traded to the Warriors, which I doubt it, right? But that's a rumor right now, or he retires. Because if that happens, that's a boom, that's smoke. We need to immediately move. Rob Pelinka needs to move, but I'm gonna give you those scenarios after this. Let's talk Trae Young. Deal Anthony Davis, Rui Hachimura for sign and trade for Trae Young, Onyeneka Oganawu, and DeAndre Hunter. DeAndre Hunter's pretty good. Trae Young's really good, but I wouldn't. Stop it, bro. Please stop it. You keep Rui. You don't get rid of Rui for anything. You keep him. You got to keep that young core intact. Don't do this for LeBron. Do not do this for LeBron because we saw it once. Again, we went to go get Russell Westbrook. You want to get rid of depth for these star players. Even though Trae Young is good and he could potentially be someone that's he is a killer. He's a shot hunter. He'll go hunt his shot and then get 9 assists while he's at it. I respect it. Don't get me wrong. We respect Trae Young, but let's be real. There's no need for him. Especially if you're going to trade Rui. Rui showed that he could play defense and score the basketball and rebound at a high level. Rui showed that. And it's not more of the Anthony Davis thing because, like I said, Anthony Davis is a great player. But honestly, the Lakers fandom's eventually going to get tired of him. Lakers fandom is eventually going to get tired of Anthony Davis. So what's going to happen is Anthony Davis is either after this next season, I think he's last year. Him and LeBron are this coming year is their last year, I believe. So he's already on his way out. So he might become a tradable asset. We don't know. But I for sure am not trading Rui. The thing, it's so funny because the thing that discounts this trade is not Anthony Davis, it's Rui. Not to say that Rui's better than him. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying long term because we want to keep Rui, I would not trade him away for Trae Young. Crazy, bro. And I'm not saying I'm not saying Rui's better than Trae Young. I just value depth over this freaking, this stupid thing that people want stars on their team. It's like, dude, the Denver Nuggets are proving that you don't need 3 stars on your team. You're good with 2 superstar players and then the rest depth, solid wing defenders that can shoot the basketball. So I am not on this Trae Young thing. Please stop it. That's scenario 1. Like, please stop, bro. This one is the interesting one. This one right here is the interesting one. Kyrie Irving, bro.
Wait a minute.
Like,
who are you?
the LeBron and Kyrie Irving reunion, which is just, oh my God. This scenario is, I don't know, dude. The way Bleacher Report kind of put this out there, it's very interesting. I'm going to say it's very interesting because this potential, right? On one hand, I say keep Rui for the depth, right? Because you're going to lose Rui and Anthony Davis. You're like, no. We don't want to lose them. I'd rather keep them than go get Trae Young. It's going to make our defense worse. Because I'd rather defend and have depth and have decent shooters than go and get a superstar. But then you have this scenario that happens. And you see Kyrie Irving, LeBron James reuniting on what? Again, the D'Angelo Russell contract, the Rui contract for the 2029 first round pick and for Kyrie Irving. Dallas, I don't know if they'll play that hardball. I don't know if they will play that. But the reality of things is this, dude. It sucks that Rui's a part of this deal. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to do this deal still. But it is very interesting, this notion to reunite LeBron James with an Anthony Davis. The only thing I have to give up is D'Angelo Russell, who the fandom is already pissed with. And who is inconsistent at times. And you're telling me I have to give D'Angelo Russell, who was already a tradable asset. But then we get Rui, which, that sucks. It sucks to trade him. if that would happen. But you do get Kyrie Irving, a closer, which was our problem. We didn't have a closer this year. Like, I guarantee you, if we were to switch out Rui and Kyrie Irving, because that's basically what this trade is. In these things, even though Rui just tore it up on the Joker, just defending, it's kind of like, yes, because Kyrie Irving could give you 30 and close a game. It's hard, but I still wouldn't do this. I still wouldn't do this deal either. I would not do this scenario either. And if on this one of these scenarios had Austin Reeves in it, you for sure wouldn't do that deal. The Banana Boat reunion, I for sure wouldn't do this deal either, because of this Chris Paul thing. Like, yo, Chris Paul might get cut. So if the Lakers do want to go get him on a vet minimum, if Chris Paul's open to it, we could do it. We just have to wait and say, hey, Chris, come over here, bro. Come give us 3 more years of your career, 2 more years, a year of your career. Go run our bench unit. So this trade already in itself is an irrelevant trade. It's an irrelevant. I wouldn't deal D'Angelo Russell for this, because let's be real, Chris Paul more than likely is going to get cut by the Phoenix Suns. That's the rumor. At least that's the rumor from what I'm hearing right now. I think Suns fans are tired of this Chris Paul hurt and whatnot. But I do believe if Chris Paul was on a team like the Lakers or the Milwaukee Bucks or one of these teams as a bench or role player, Chris Paul, hey, man, give me 20 minutes a game, 25 minutes a game. Go run the bench unit. Like, do your thing. Be a floor general. That puts less stress on his body. Chris Paul, obviously. And maybe he could become more of an asset to maybe a championship team. But the reality of things is we don't even need this trade. We don't even need to trade, because more than likely Chris Paul's going to get cut. Let's just be real. More than likely Chris Paul's going to get cut. So we come back to this thing, right? Lakers fandom. And we gave you these things as we're ending this podcast. I'm going to give you my two trade scenarios from my perspective. Like, from my perspective, on some real, like, keeping it 100. And I want to hear your trade scenarios, because there's 2 ways that this offseason is going to go. There's the LeBron James and Anthony Davis are going to stay together. We're not going to break them up. And Rob Pelinka said that they're going to build around that combination as long as they can. Let's be real. GMs say stuff in the end of the season presser all the time. You can't put no smoke into it. You literally can't do that. But there's 2 scenarios. There's the LeBron James wants to get traded / retire scenario, which then you immediately do Anthony Davis. And then we have the scenario where LeBron James and Anthony Davis stay together. So then what moves can we make? What moves can we make at that point? So let's start off with the one I think is more than likely going to happen. LeBron James and Anthony Davis stay together. Okay. LeBron James and Anthony Davis stay together. You're more than likely, if that's, I'm going to say, I don't want this, but I'm just, my gut feeling, if this would happen, I more than likely think they're just going to keep this team together, the way I said, as far as the keep and sweep. I feel like they're going to keep this and then try to add just 1 more piece, 1 or 2 more pieces, a center, another wing that could defend and shoot. And I don't really see Rob Pelinka going nuts, but I could be wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if they traded, a pick to the Hawks for not Trae Young, but Bojan Bogdanovic. Say, hey, come over here, shoot threes for us. I don't know. But that's more than likely what I think. But if they did have to go after someone in free agency, a big fish, as far as this Anthony Davis and LeBron being kept together, that scenario more than likely looks like the D'Angelo Russell first-round pick and maybe another piece for Kyrie Irving. Because I don't see Kyrie Irving getting a deal on the open market. Not even close, dude. I don't see that at all. I think Kyrie Irving has made a lot of noise and it's not been on the basketball court. And the Mavs it could fit, but they don't have any depth. Again, they traded away their stuff for him. It's the same thing with the Phoenix thing. And this is the same thing that happened with the Lakers a few years ago. Phoenix traded away their depth for Kevin Durant, and that caught up to them in the playoffs. Dallas traded away 2 of their best defenders to the Brooklyn Nets, and what happened? It caught up to them. Worst defense in the league toward the end of the year. So then I come over here, and I'm like, I don't know, man. If we could get Kyrie Irving for D'Angelo Russell, a first-round pick, and maybe another piece, that would probably be the more than likely, if LeBron James and Anthony Davis stayed together, that would more than likely be the scenario. Not more than likely, but that would be one of the scenarios that would happen, is they go and try to get Kyrie Irving. But the scenario I think is more conservative is just go and get some pieces. Get a center, and get a wing defender that can shoot and defend the rock. That's more than likely. But then there's this extreme scenario, which I'm going to get into this. Like, yo, there's this other extreme scenario. There's another extreme scenario brewing. Like, I don't even know how to explain. There's this extreme scenario brewing up right now. And it's this LeBron to the Golden State Warriors. Like what?
Wait a minute. Who are
The
you?
Golden State Warriors. They talked about this earlier on Fox Sports 1. And you're like, wait. LeBron James gets traded to the Golden State Warriors. Why would they make a move like that? Like, are you freaking cats kidding me? But they're saying LeBron might win another ring. They become automatic favorites. And I'm just like, okay, let's entertain that scenario. It's baloney, but let's entertain it. Let's entertain the scenario where LeBron gets traded to the Golden State Warriors. At the bare minimum, you have to give us Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole. Bare minimum. You're going to have to do that because I don't see LeBron going there for cheap. I don't see Rob Pelinka giving him up for cheap. I don't care how old he is. The man scored 41 in his last game, so you can't sit here and say the dude's a bust. He can't play anymore. He can play, obviously. And if you were to be paired up with a Steph Curry, a Klay Thompson, a Draymond Green, you still see them poised for a deep run. That's, again, in this wild blue yonder world that we're in right now. But then, because you have that, the Anthony Davis and LeBron might split up scenario looks like either him retiring for real, like surprising everybody retiring, and then this, or someone makes a trade for him, which is more than likely the Golden State Warriors. People hear rumors. I doubt that's going to happen. But in that scenario, you immediately trade Anthony Davis. You got to trade Anthony Davis. You literally, if LeBron James is not there, there's no need for us to have Anthony Davis. You got to go trade him, and not for picks. I'm going to tell you what my crazy pull the ripcord, break glass scenario in case of LeBron James and Anthony Davis split up. That break glass scenario looks something like this. I'm going to tell you, whatever, right? LeBron retires or gets traded. Get Anthony Davis. You trade him to the Boston Celtics for Jaylen Brown because they need a center. They need a defensive center. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, as good of a duo as they are, let's be real. That duo, they're the same player. So they're going to continue to have problems winning long term. They can win during the regular season, but long term, they're going to continue to have freaking problems. But what happens is Anthony Davis and Jason Tatum is a more efficient pick because Anthony Davis will play his defense, rebound, and have his exposing dominant games. But obviously, as Jason Tatum's team, Jason Tatum's going to carry the scoring load. And then obviously you have a team of freaking defenders. So I say this, Jaylen Brown's going to need to be maxed out anyways. So in this scenario, with LeBron James potentially retiring and getting traded, you immediately trade Anthony Davis for Jaylen Brown. Go and get that done. That Rob Pelinka has to immediately go get that deal done. And as that scenario happens, you get a Jaylen Brown, maybe a Marcus Smart, kind of finesse a deal like that, right? That's something in that vein. And when that happens, you get Jaylen Brown, you have your Austin Reeves, your Rui Hachimura. Then, with the assets, okay, let's say you traded LeBron away for, let's say you trade for Jordan Poole and freaking Andrew Wiggins. So you have this weird young combination of Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, Rui, Austin Reeves, and then you also have this Jaylen Brown in the mix. So you have a big mix of young players, and then you could potentially get one of those assets, maybe a Jordan Poole and a first-round pick, traded away to Indiana for a Miles Turner and or a Buddy Hield, and you have a combination of defense, shooting, young talent, young up-and-comers, and that's a perfect way to rebuild the roster. That's literally a perfect way to rebuild the roster, and that's my crazy scenario. Break glass in case of emergency. One of the firefights, like Titanic's falling down. That is the crazy scenario that I think of. I'm just thinking of in this wild world. So you tell me what you think. Make sure to like the stream. Shout out to you guys, and like, share, subscribe, because even though we do have our main media channels, Championship Mode Media, which we talk entertainment, pop culture news, this is the channel that we're exclusively going to talk sports on, mostly Lakers, USC, Oregon, Pac-12, NBA, NFL, college football, news and crazy things that are happening in the sports world. That's where we're going to lean into. And then the other channel that we have will be more entertainment, pop culture, this, that, and the third. Go like that channel too, Championship Mode Media. And don't forget to subscribe to Championship Mode Media Sports. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Click the notification bell down below. And we'll see you next time.